Hello. Um, oh, I just realized my actual layout is not working. One second while I try to fix that. Where would that even? There we go. Hey, and there's chat. All right. Oh, oh no. Oh no, go away. Go away, me. I don't need to listen to you anymore. Yeah, so those messages, I was sending those from my phone, because obviously my phone does not need to be hooked up to my home internet to be sending things. Hi. It's Saturday. It is our first Saturday, doing one of these. Meant to do it last Saturday, but, things happened. At least one domain, his options are actually quite good. I don't remember. Now, back when me, Lorespire, and Unsung were doing the Finer Path cast pod, we did get, to Reggie. But I don't remember anything about it. I think we concluded that his build was actually pretty good. So, we will see. I did have a little bit of time to look through this. And so far, obviously, because I disconnected. And, chat's frozen. There we go. You're not familiar with this? This is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is one of the games that kind of started this channel. I have almost 700 hours in this game. I have almost 900 hours in Kingmaker, the prior not really a prequel, not really like the prior game that this company made out, Owlcat. But yeah, I kind of built this channel on these two games. And primarily speedrunning Kingmaker. But we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this build here. This is what we're gonna do today. So, Reggie starts off at level 6. We're currently going up to level 7. And he actually has like a really good set of starting feats. He is a fighter, so basically all he gets are feats. Hi, kitten. Does take place it is 1 year? Really? I didn't actually realize that it was that quick after. It looks like a cozy top. Yeah, these are I just got this week. It's almost like the same fucking so I mentioned a while back about a new blanket. I actually have a picture of it, I believe, in the Discord. Of a new blanket that I bought that was then immediately claimed by the kitties as theirs. And then one of them peed on it, so it's currently waiting to be washed. Because I need to go to the laundromat. But yeah, this is basically made out of the same stuff that blanket was. It is very, very cozy. It is a nice set of PJs. And as it gets colder in this house for winter, what's my phone number? Good luck trying to get that. That's not gonna happen. Sorry, Titan, but nah. 47 4710 4714. Second up 4715. Oh, interesting. I never actually paid that much attention. Despite the fact that actually the speed run relies on me paying very close attention to the calendar, but I only ever paid attention to the months and the day, not the actual year. But that's interesting. Yeah, no, sorry, Titan. That's a bit too personal. That's a bit too much info. I'm not willing to share that online, and neither should you, and neither should anybody else. Pro tip for online behavior: don't share phone numbers. Or like addresses or any other kind of like very personal information. Yeah, you don't want to share. You want to be as anonymous as you can be on the internets. Want to verify your account for Discord? That ain't nothing that's got anything to do with me. um, but anyway, we're gonna get into this build here. So, he is currently a level 2 Hell Knight, level 5 Fighter Armager. Tried it and it didn't work. Yeah, I don't know what to say on that one, bud. But we start off, we got 2 weapon fighting, weapon focus, gnome hooked hammer, weapon finesse, weapon specialization, fighter's finesse, and improved 2 weapon fighting. You can come up and say hi, baby girl. Come on. Here we go. Let's go. Now, unfortunately, the UI glitched out here. Citrus and someone to talk to. That's fine. But I will be focusing a fair bit on this auto build. But yeah, because of a bug in the UI, we actually don't see which fighter weapon group was chosen for this. I'm assuming it was double weapons. We have gnome hooked hammer as the weapon that we're focusing on. But here's a question that I'm a little bit concerned with. Why get fighter's finesse when we already have weapon finesse? Oh, wait, no, I don't need to. Is this stream on Twitch too? It is not. This is not currently being simul streamed to Twitch. I've thought about it. I might do that in the future, but for right now, I'm still trying to figure out how all that would work. I never really looked into simul streaming until Twitch switched up their TOS so that I can now simul stream without breaking their TOS. So maybe, but not as of right now. But yeah, so 2 weapon fighting, weapon focus, weapon finesse, weapon specialization, fighter's finesse, improved 2 weapon fighting. I like this start a lot. I like this a lot. It focuses on offense, which is what I enjoy. I like it when builds focus on offense. He's also going to be a fighter, so he's going to have a ton of feats to work with. So I'm really, really hoping that they don't like shoot this build in the foot because it's starting off really, really strong. Oh yeah, let's take a look at his staggering crit. Yeah, it's like spell focus, conjuration. No. Knowledge arcana, persuasion. He does have a pretty high charisma, if I remember. Yeah, 14 charisma, con of 16, dex of 18. It's so weird to me that he's a dex-based heavy armor user. It's so weird to me. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, knowledge arcana, persuasion, and lore religion. This is a bit... I'm currently learning that this is... Gotta take a shower. That's fine. Have fun. Enjoy your shower. Fighter weapon thing yet, since they took fighter's finesse? I would assume not. Wait. What do you mean? The fighter weapon thing? Talking about weapon training? Yeah, he's got weapon training and double weapons. Alright, man. We'll see you when you get back. So yeah, he does have weapon training. I kind of skipped over background. So background, Chelaxian Diabolist. Adds knowledge arcana, list of her class skills, also +4 dodge bonus to AC against devils. Okay, so the second part is completely fucking useless. How many devils do you fight in this game? Do you fight any? I can't remember any. I mean, demons all the time. Devils, not so much, right? Yeah, close to 0. Mephistopheles. That's only if you go down a very specific in the Azalea path. Isn't Azalea a town in Pokemon? Hold up. Hold up now. Azalea town. Yeah, it is. It's in Gen 2. um Yeah, and that's only if you go down the Azada path. Okay. Yeah, so it's very, very specific. Knowledge Arcana, he is taking that as one of his main ones. I think he's the only one. That would make sense. Also fight his summons. Yeah, but it's still only one fight. Not exactly something that I would pick a background for. I mean, a +4, that's like a really good fucking... Like, a +4 dodge bonus to AC, that's huge. That's like insanely good to just get for free. Unfortunately, it's against a fucking enemy that we don't find in this game. Unless you pick a specific fucking mythic path. And that's it. But the Knowledge Arcana, I think that might be the one of the first times that we've seen a background who don't know that demons and devils are different. Oh, that's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, because unless you know a decent chunk about Pathfinder lore, you're not going to know the difference. And you might not pick up on that. Yeah, that's a really fucking good point. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. That actually kind of really fucking sucks. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked I that would have actually made me not pick this just so that we would avoid that. Like, yeah, again, it works for RP. I know. I get it. RP's fun for some people. But like, come on, man, could you guys not pick backgrounds that might make sense but also would actually help you, you know, be better at the game? I don't know. That just seems like something that I would choose personally. But yeah, that's level 7. Leading Strike. Interesting. Interesting first pick. I think Reggie is actually the Battle Bliss. There's a guy that explains the difference between demons and devils. That's like a halfway through the game, though. He has a small devil pet. That's one NPC, and that's halfway through the game. And and I didn't even know about that interaction, so I've never talked to that guy in my fucking 800 hours in this game or whatever it was that I said earlier. Um, um, so I've talked about Leading Strike a few times in the past. I will say it again here because we're talking about it again. Leading Strike is way better if you're playing in real-time combat than it is if you are doing turn-based. Because you can get multiple triggers of this extra damage in real time, as opposed to being limited to only one. Uh, Ignoring potential attacks of opportunity from your allies that are happening on your turn, because this is an auto build, and auto builds are not going to take teamwork feats. So, all right, weapon finesse mythic. Okay, so now we're taking. Okay, so we do get immediate dex to damage. That's really fucking big. The fact that they actually took this first, I love it. Really fucking good. Yes. Yes, that is the objectively correct choice. Closest thing to teamwork that autos take. Yeah, we've seen it on what, like 2? I think 2 auto builds have taken leading strike, I believe. We are boosting up our decks. Oh my god! Guys, this is the second time that we've put a point into decks. This means that Owlcat actually made a build that's going to end on an even number at level 20. We did it! We found the one build in all of Owlcat history that optimally uses the level ups. All right. Regill, the chosen one. Yeah. Force of will, fear, +2 charm, compulsion, fear. 13 wisdom, strength. So 13 strength I'm perfectly fine with, because that's what that allows for. What just happened? Why am I at 500? Why is my bit rate at 500? And there it goes. Oh, wait. Are we actually disconnected, or is OBS just being stupid? What is happening right now? What the fuck is happening? There's the disconnect and a reconnect. Wait, are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. We seem to be back. Hooray! All right, let me just double check. Just double check. Okay. I think we're good. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh, god. Every time I think that we're over the internet issues, because we haven't really had any disconnects all week, OBS is like, check this shit out. I'm gonna fuck up your day. I'm gonna fuck it up. But anyway, back to what we were saying before all the nonsense occurred. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay, so we get 2 things at this level. We got force of will, and we get fearsomeness. I hate fearsomeness. By the way, I despise this. We'll get to that in a moment. Force of will. So we have compulsion, charm, and fear. Fear, I think, is the most common of these, but it's also the least dangerous. And okay, that looks like it was just a quick dip. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, are you actually, wait 1 second, this thing just became disconnected because fuck it, why not? All right, Anyway. So yeah, of these three, I think fear is the least important because it's the least dangerous. It's the most common but the least dangerous, right? Very few. Now this is going from my experience, which is primarily on normal difficulty or lower, due to speed runs. Fear might, like actual frightened effects might come into play on higher difficulties that I'm just not aware of. But on normal or lower, which is what you're going to be using these auto builds for, you only ever get shaken, really. You don't ever get frightened. You don't get panicked. You really only ever get shaken, which is frustrating because it is a flat, it's basically a flat -2 to most things. Yeah, I was going to say charm, I think, is the most dangerous because charm is going to force you to attack your allies, right? And at low difficulties, the most dangerous people that you're going to come across is your party members. I've said this before, I'm saying it again. You do not want your party members turning on your party. They will kill you. They're the most likely people to kill you. So yeah, I would say that, like, literally just charm, then compulsion, then fear is like the order that I would take. But yeah, we get fear. I'm not a fan of that. I would much prefer charm. I would much prefer to just take back. It looks like maybe for how long? Who the fuck knows? But we're back for now. Okay, so fearsomeness. Why I don't like this. My distaste for this ability stems all the way back from my days playing World of Warcraft. What is the thing that you do not want to do in crowded rooms and dungeons in World of Warcraft? You do not want to fear the enemies, because they will run into another pack of mobs and they will pull more people to you. This is what will happen. Now, same thing can happen here. Frighten somebody, they run off, they run to another pack of enemies, and they pull more people to you. So you're going to try and CC one person, or a few people, and instead you're going to bring more enemies into the fight. Now, on lower difficulties, this usually isn't that big of a deal, but if you're trying to go for CC, that means that you are concerned about your ability to beat the fight regardless. Don't want to add more people to it. I hate frightened as a... just in general. I hate that ability. I never want to see it on any of my characters ever. Shaken, good. Frightened, shit. Terrible. Absolutely garbage. You do not want to frighten people. Or I do not want to frighten people. Now, what would we like to have instead? Could take command for greater command. I'm not a huge fan of censor, because if you're trying to silence a caster, most casters have very high will saves, so you're kind of targeting the highest save that you can. Take a domain. Yeah, Pentamic Faith. Could definitely take a domain. You take the Rune domain. That one's the best one. I actually don't know that much about most domains. I know that I used to take the travel domain in the Kingmaker speedrun because it makes you faster. Nobility domain. All right, let's take a look at it. What do you get? A standard action, inspiring word, creature within 30 feet, receives +2 morale bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws for a number of rounds equal to half your level in the class. They gave you this domain. So that's basically heroism. I think that's exactly the same as heroism. Inspiring command, 8th level, issue an inspiring command to your allies. +2 insight bonus. That's okay. That's much better. On attack rolls, AC, CMD, and skill checks for a number of rounds equal to half your level in the class that gave you access to this domain, minimum 1. Use this power a number of times per day equal to 3 plus your wisdom mod. Okay. And you get divine favor, grace, magical investment, heroism, dominate person, brilliant inspiration, greater heroism, frightful aspect. So getting frightful aspect, that right there is probably worth it in and of itself. Getting frightful aspect is huge. But not if you have fearsomeness. This one is a lot better, yeah. So this one is, I mean, so So you're gonna be level 7 or level 8, right? Because he started this the instant that he could. So you're gonna be level 8 by the time you get this. But you're only a level 3 in this domain, right? Because Hell Knight is the class that gave you this domain. So the maximum duration is going to be 5. Because Hell Knight maxes out at level 10, because it's a prestige class. Yeah, only counts the Hell Knight level. Yeah. This is still really good because insight bonuses are fucking really hard to come across. So, and it's everybody. So you could basically just dogpile a difficult fight. Especially ones that, you know, might pull some bullshit and auto dispel all your buffs at the beginning of the fight. Baphomet, you fuck. But yeah, that's actually really good. I actually really like this second ability. And like I said, Frightful Aspect is a really good self buff to get as well. But what other, because we get 3 of these, right? So which 3 would I like to see? Yeah, I would say take the Nobility Domain. That's actually really, really good. Summon a creature to aid him in battle. A wolf or a hellhound. Now, question about this. Do hellhounds get trip as well? And how strong are hellhounds? War Domain gives you a free feat at level 8. I don't think that we would need any more free feats because he is a fighter. He's gonna have plenty of feats. He gets 1.5 times the number of feats of a normal character in this build specifically, right? If he was just straight fighter, he would get twice as many, but since he has 10 levels as a Hell Knight, he gets 1.5, right? Creature attack takes damage equal to 1d6 plus. I'm staggered for 1d4 rounds. Never know what Hell Knights are supposed to do. Just keep him a fighter. Yeah. I mean, like, Hell Knight... This right here, in general, could be really useful. It's an extra 2d6 damage to basically everybody in the game. For taking Axiomatic. You're going to be fighting mostly demons, which are obviously all chaotic. And even like the cultists are almost entirely chaotic. So, a bunch of resistances there, but like at this point you're going to have like if you're a level 9 Hell Knight, you're going to be what, level 14 at that point? Never use the other disciplines. I don't mind Tracker if the Hellhound, like if you're going all the way through Hell Knight, which this auto build will do, and if Hellhound is also able to trip like a wolf is, I would say Tracker is really good. Like, I don't know how strong a Hellhound is supposed to be. I do not know. But even the wolf, wolves are really fucking strong because of that auto trip every time they attack. So I don't know. I would say I would probably take Nobility Domain, Tracker, and Command. That's probably what I would do. That's probably what I would do. Command, Nobility, Tracker. Not Fearsomeness. Fearsomeness sucks. Alright. Now we get Parada Strike. I agree. Give me that extra damage. Got to keep in mind, these are on lower difficulty levels, so AC is low. Don't need to stack up quite as much attack bump. Alright. Another quick dip in the internet connection. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll repeat what I was saying before. Really like Parada Strike. We got to remember, if we're taking these auto builds, we have to assume that we're playing on lower difficulties. I would say that nobody is going to be playing above normal difficulty and using an auto build, right? I feel like normal is the highest difficulty level that anybody using an auto build is going to be on. So you don't have to deal with like hyper high ACs, and if you're buffing your characters even close to optimally, you're going to be able to hit them fairly consistently. So taking a little bit of a dip in a attack bonus to get a bonus on damage, I feel is justified. And then we get weapon trading. Oh yeah, no. That's, we get nothing from the helmet. Okay. Yeah, just Parada Strike this level. Mythic rank 3, we get Last Stand. So one of the complaints that I had when I tried to use Reggie in my original playthrough of this game was he was really, really squishy. And this was on normal difficulty. I was playing through on normal difficulty. And he was still pretty damn squishy. He died really, really quickly. So I think Last Stand, this early, even on normal difficulty, is really useful for this character. So I approve. Is there anything else? Do subscriber goal to play either Kingmaker or Woder in core or higher difficulty with only auto builds? I would rather not torment myself like that. This current one is for me to do a Kingmaker unfair speed run. If we could get me up to 300. Oh, I just kind of lost. I'm going to be completely honest. The last time I played Wrath, I just kind of lost interest. Adamant Abundant Smite Chaos is pretty good. Yeah, that's actually not a bad, not Abundant Casting. Oh no! Then wondering why I wasn't making it dex damage. Oh no! That's all right. My first playthrough of Kingmaker, I had Lindsay in the party at the entire time, and I never took buff spells on my bard. Never used Lindsay to buff people except for her songs. That's it. It was fucking terrible. Um, Number of times per day equal to half your mythic rank. I would say that I would not. I don't think I would take Abundant Smite Chaos yet. I would take it at like 5th or maybe 7th, because then you're getting, you know, like right now we're still only getting 1 extra use of Smite Chaos with this, but then like we'll get 2 here, 3 here, 4 here. Yeah. So yeah, I think that Last Stand is still a really good choice. Rupture Restraints is another option here. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot of super good mythic abilities for this guy, I don't think. But yeah, Last Stand I am perfectly fine with. I like that a lot for this. We get literally nothing at level 10. So no choices to be made there. Then we get a whole bunch at level 11. All right. So greater 2-weapon fighting. Yeah, more attacks is better for the way that this guy's being built. This gives you more opportunities to get the... Oh, fuck. What was the first mythic ability that we took? Leading Strike. More triggers for Leading Strike. Needs the evens. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Like, more martial characters rely far more heavily on the mythic feats, whereas spellcasters and support characters rely far more heavily on mythic abilities. Usually take Last Stand, since you usually play Unfair. Yeah, that's pretty consistent with most people that I've seen play on Unfair. Most people take Last Stand, like, a lot of them take it first. Right? I've definitely seen quite a few people taking Last Stand as their first mythic ability. But yeah, greater 2-weapon fighting I think is perfectly fine for this character. If you're getting Leading Strike, you want to get as many attacks as possible, so getting this 6th attack is really, really important. Force of Will, Compulsion, we're kind of going exactly in the opposite order that we talked about earlier. Like I said, Charm first, then Compulsion, then Fear, but they're going Fear, Compulsion, Charm. They're boosting up Fear from a +2 to a +4, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like this. And we're taking Rack. This is shit. I had to reread it just to make sure I was understanding exactly what was going on here. So you make a touch attack to do damage, and then after you do the damage, they need to make a will save or they become staggered for 1d4 rounds. This is terrible. This replaces your full round action, so you're not getting a full attack. It's a will save that you can't boost. Like, you can't take feats to boost this or anything like that. It's just going to stay static. So it's a will save. Now, most of the people that you're going to be hitting this with are not going to have super high will saves, most likely, because you're going to be doing it against the frontline fighters of any group of enemies that you're attacking. This is shite. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's bad. Bad, it's bad, it's bad. Take the 3 that we talked about earlier. 2-weapon fighting mythic. I like this a lot. This basically gives us +2 to all of our attacks. Only saving grace is that it is a touch. Yeah, but it's only 1d6 plus your charisma mod. So even though it's a touch, it's a touch attack to do no damage. Yeah, weapon fighting mythic is really, really important for anybody, or 2-weapon fighting mythic. 2-weapon fighting mythic is like incredibly important for somebody who is doing 2-weapon fighting. Getting that extra +2. Do Hell Knights dump charisma? No, because Hell Knights kind of have they have a few things that scale off of charisma. So like Regill has a 14 himself. So yeah. Yeah. I can't think of any that come off the top of my head, but they do have a couple of things that scale off of charisma. We get nothing but the flat stat boost here. Spy Chaos, thank you. Yeah. I knew there was something that was really important, but it was just slipping my mind. Yes, like Smite Chaos is like really, really good for especially in this game. And then we get improved critical. Okay, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. We get improved critical. We get more armor training. Okay. We also get Lawbringer, which is really nice. Do we get... No, you still don't really find a whole lot of +5 weapons at this point in the game. So this allows you to bypass that DR quite a bit earlier than you would normally be able to. Because you don't start finding like consistent +5 weapons until you start getting back. Like it's after you get back from the abyss when you start finding more of them, right? I think you can find a couple of them in the abyss, but most of them are not going to be there. They're going to be later on. So being able to bypass this type of DR early like this, really, really nice. I like this a lot. But anyway, improved critical, I also like that a lot. I can't remember what the normal crit range is of a Gnome Hooked Hammer. Actually gonna look that up real quick. Gnome Hooked Hammer. Loader. Can't you just magic weapon though? Apparently not. Mr. Ricardo here informed me that that's not in fact how that works. That's what it is. Okay. I knew that there was something weird about the Gnome Hooked Hammer's crits. I couldn't remember what it is. So a Gnome Hooked Hammer, you know, it's a double weapon. So you can hit with one end and then you can hit with the other end. And the first hit is a ×3. The second hit is a ×2, but they're both a nat 20 only. So yeah, that was something that I mentioned in a prior vid, and Ricardo here corrected me in the comments, which I appreciate. So if we just get improved critical, I'm happy. I do not want to see more feats focusing on critical hits. I do not want to see that. That's not good. We do not want that. So hopefully it stops here at improved critical. not going to. By the way, I know for a fact it's not going to, but it would be nice if it did. So now we finally get Force of Will Charm. Then we boost up Compulsion and Fear. We now have a +6 bonus to Fear, a +4 bonus to Compulsion, and a +2 to Charm, which is the exact opposite of what we wanted. Where's Toughness? Don't you worry. I'm sure we'll get there. Command. I like Command. I'm not surprised that they didn't add a domain. It sucks, but it's not surprising whatsoever. Adding in a domain adds a lot of complexity to the class that it makes sense that they would want to avoid in an auto build. You know, they tend to avoid pulling in any mechanics from other classes into their auto builds. So it makes total sense that they avoided this. While I would prefer them to have done so, it makes sense that they wouldn't. Then you can take Domain Zealot, yeah. And hey, look at that. Abundant Smite Chaos. We were talking about this at level 3. We get it at level 5. I said that I think that the best places to get it would be either 5 or 7. So, points for me for being the smartman. We did it. Critical Focus. All right, I'm out. I'm out. I don't like this anymore. I don't like it anymore. Critical Focus is bad here. You don't want to focus too heavily on critical hits when your crit range is only a 19 to 20. Not good to do that. No, because the Hell Knight is it's your class level, which is Hell Knight, which maxes out at level 10. So it's actually weaker than, well, I'll look at it to make sure that it says class level and not character level. Piranha Strike Mythic I just like a lot. It's just extra damage. It's literally free damage. I like this. Is it better than Weapon Specialization Mythic? So the 3 that I would like to see: Piranha Strike Mythic, Weapon Focus Mythic, Weapon Specialization Mythic. I do not want to see Improved Critical Mythic. We probably will, but I would like to not see this. Flawless Attacks would also be nice, but it is what it is. Yeah. I'm okay with Piranha Strike Mythic. I like it. Hey, there's good old Hammer the Gap. So, the thing about Hammer the Gap, what could we take instead? Well, we don't have Double Slice yet. Oh yeah, let's take a look at Command. Oh shit. It does say character level. But character level isn't so spellcaster level or character level, that's not as important for something like this because it only affects its duration, right? It's not like it boosts the DC or anything like that. Not DC 40. No. Yeah. Caster level is not the same as DC. So this would be 40 rounds of whatever command you gave. As long as they continuously fail their will save. But yeah, it's still limited in DC to whatever. I think it's charisma. It would make sense for it to be charisma on this guy. Um, so wait, how does spell like a bit? Let me actually take a look at spell like abilities. One standard action. Spell like ability functions just like a spell. Spell like ability can't fail, even the ability resembles an arcane spell. I would have liked to have some kind of description as to so if it's a DC, so what would the flat DC be for greater command? I can't remember what spell level it is. Command will never stick as Hell Knight. No, probably not. Probably not. 15? Oh god. Level 5. Okay. I was going to say if I feel like if I had to throw out a number, I would have probably said level 6 or level 5. I was kind of leaning towards level 6. So, yeah, so DC 10 plus 5 for the spell level, plus whatever your spell casting quote unquote stat would be, which I would think is charisma. So it would be a DC 17. And again, you can't take any feats to boost it. So it would only ever be, charisma. And that's if it's charisma, right? So like you might be able to get it up to like 22. The domains, yeah. So hammer the gap. What are we taking instead? What could we have taken instead of hammer the gap? Well, first off, we could have taken fucking double slice. We have 3 attacks that are not having our dex added to them. We have 3 attacks per round that do not have our dex added to the damage. That's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Could take lunge for a bit of extra protection. Combat reflexes we could take. We have a really high dex. We could be taking combat reflexes to get extra attacks of opportunity. But like I think the biggest one right now that we're missing is double slice. I think the biggest one that we're missing right now is double slice for sure. Any means necessary. Treated as good a line for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. Is this... No, it's not. This is not redundant with the Lawbringer. Right? Because each level of DR... So somebody could have DR lawful and DR good. And if you only overcome the DR lawful, you still have to fight against the DR good. So... we are now mythic level 7, though, which is us leaving the Abyss. Right? This is what you get as you're leaving the Abyss. So we are going to start running into higher tier weaponry, which means that we are more and more likely to find something that will get over this DR naturally. I don't think that this is necessary, and I feel like this is actually a wasted mythic ability. I feel like the window of time where you have this at rank 7 and you don't have a +5 weapon that gets over good aligned DR anyway is small enough that this is unnecessary. If you were going to take this, I would have preferred you take it at like level 3 or something along those lines. What we could take instead: Rupture Restraints, Inspirational Leader, the Covenant. There's also that. I always forget about the Covenant. I always forget that makes all of your weapons good anyway. Yeah, I forget about that a lot. So, yeah, I feel like this is just wasted. I feel like this is a complete waste of a mythic feat. Yeah, Rupture Restraints is really important. Inspirational Leader, I feel like Reggie is like a really good inspirational leader target. Yeah. I think those two would be the two that I would pick. They're not going to take Inspirational Leader, but they still might take Rupture Restraints. Hey, there's Double Slice. We get fucking Double Slice at level 17. They waited until level 17 to get Double Slice. Always give that to the queen because I like her character. So I did not in my first playthrough because I'm a power gaming bitch. And I saw that it was giving me benefits. So I kept it with me. And then I saw how she treated us in the Fane, and I've hated her ever since. So she's never once gotten that from me. Never once. Anytime that I have not been doing a speed run, I have killed Galfrey when given the chance, and I have never once regretted it. She's a bitch, and she deserves it. Okay. I think that just maybe we could have replaced Fighter's Finesse here with Double Slice. Wait. Oh, we need what? Okay. I was sitting here, I was trying to figure out why we have both Weapon Finesse and Fighter's Finesse, and I've just fucking realized it. It's actually really obvious now that I've realized why. It just took me a long time. You need Weapon Finesse for Weapon Finesse Mythic. That's literally the only reason that this feat is on this build. Because Fighter's Finesse does the exact same thing, but it's broader. It encompasses more weapons. Granted, we're only going to be able to level up enough to get 2 of those weapons. But yeah. This Gnome Hooked Hammer is not included in Weapon Finesse. So never mind. When would we have gotten... God damn. This is a really dense build. Like critical focus. Actually, we could have also delayed improved critical. I don't think that critical hits are that important for this weapon. I think that getting double slice earlier, romance the queen, never gonna happen. Not for me. Hmm. Do we push everything back after improved 2-weapon fighting? Or do we push everything back including 2-weapon fighting? Improved. I don't know if I was saying improved or just 2 weapon fight. I think no. I think we put it here. I think we push everything else back and we move double slice up to level 9. You have the right to have that incorrect opinion, sir. I don't know. I've always been a salty bitch about how she treats us in the Fane. It's like, yeah, you're doing a really, really good job, but I'm going to strip you of your position and send you literally to the abyss because fuck you. And then she goes that she ruins everything that I did, doing the exact same thing that she fucking... She does the exact same thing that she condemned Staunton for. She... Nope. I don't like her. She's way too full of herself. I just... Maybe one day I will go into that in detail. But yeah, I really do not... I do... Yes. Owlcat did really good with the voice acting in this game. I like it a lot. Reggie is great. Arushalae is great. Like, I can't think of a bad character, voice actor wise. Galfrey was really good at making me hate her. Yeah. Long story short, on this level, I really like that they got double slice. I fucking wish that they got it earlier. Flawless attacks. That's fine. All the demons are... Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, they are. Good buddy. We have attained kitty cat. We have attained kitty cat status. Does flawless attacks do more for us as hit benefit than weapon focus mythic? I don't think it does. Especially if... Wait, do we have greater weapon focus yet? I don't think we do. But even still... So, even without weapon focus mythic, flawless attacks and weapon focus mythic actually even out to be a net 0. Right? Because weapon focus mythic gives you a +1 on all 6 of your attacks. And if you have haste, it gives you a +1 on all 7 of your attacks. And then flawless attacks gives you a +0 on your first set of attacks. So 2 or 3 if you have haste. Gives you a +1 on your second set of attacks. And it gives you a +2 on your third set of attacks. So on average, if you do not have haste on your character for whatever reason, they come out even. If you do have haste on it, weapon focus mythic actually comes out on top for the actual just flat number of bonuses that you get for each of your attacks. Flawless attack does give a higher bonus to the ones that are more likely to miss and need that bonus more. But if you just have greater weapon focus mythic just flat outperforms flawless attacks in every fucking way. Welcome back, Titan. Yeah, I think weapon focus mythic is objectively the better choice than flawless attack. When am I ending the stream? We got about an hour and 20 minutes left. Got about an hour and 20 minutes left, and we still have to finish this and get through an entire other build. Unstoppable. Y'all suck. You guys suck. These guys suck. They took the wrong one again. Unstoppable is just a worse Rupture Restraints. Unstoppable is worse than Rupture Restraints. Take Rupture Restraints instead. It's better in every fucking way. This is bad. This is good. Take this. Do not take this. Easy peasy. Level 7. There's the greater weapon focus. All right. So had we taken weapon focus mythic at rank 7, rank 8, sorry, at rank 8, we would now have a higher benefit on every attack than we now do because we have flawless attacks. And I really, really hope that they don't take weapon focus mythic now and they actually take weapon specialization mythic. Die Hard. This just murdered the entire build. This just murdered the entire build. It's fucking trash. This build sucks. Okay. This is the single worst feat in the entire video game. Because this is the only feat that that makes your character worse. Every other feat, at worst, will be a 0. Every other feat is a 0. Or better. This is actually negative. Fuck the roleplay. This is shit. I hate this feat. It's fucking stupid. It gets your character killed when they would otherwise survive. Now, why? Why is that the case? The way that the AI in this video game works is if your character is unconscious and below 0 health, they will stop attacking that character and they will go for somebody else. Cool. The character survives and you can heal them and bring them back. However, with Die Hard, they don't go unconscious. They don't fall. They continue fighting, which means the enemies continue attacking them, which means that this character fucking dies. Doesn't just go unconscious where they can be healed, they die where they need to be resurrected. This is a shit feat that should never be taken on literally anyone. It's bad, and I hate it. Train Initiative, on the other hand, fucking great. If you're only ever going... So, if you're only going to take weapon training, double weapons... and you're only ever going to be using gnome hooked hammers, taking Train Initiative, because we're only going to get the 2. Getting Train Initiative is huge. Because it's like the single best one that you're going to get. It's just the best one. Out of all of these, we have no teamwork feats, so otherwise Fighter's Tactics, I would say Fighter's Tactics would be better if we ever got teamwork feats. You go to Death's Door, and maybe they're counting on that. That's the first time that you die. Second time that you die, you still die. But there's no reason to take Die Hard here. There's no reason for it. You could take Improved Initiative. You could take Lunge. You could take any of the critical feats. Thoughts on giving Die Hard to your mounts, though? I sometimes give it to them. I wouldn't give it to anybody. I wouldn't give it to anybody. I despise it. And then, yeah, boosting up double weapons. It's not really a choice. We only have the one, but yeah. Really shit, really good, no actual choice. Rank 10? Improved critical mythic. No! Why would you choose that? All right. So we currently have the full mythic build. Good, 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 shit, bad, shit, terrible. Could have given him arcane armor like they did War Priest. I forgot they did that. It's a worse last stand, and mounts can't get mythic levels. So my most recent playthrough, I didn't really have any animal companions. And if I did, like, they weren't mounts. It's been a long time since I played with a mounted character, so I can't really remember how much of a problem mounts dying was. If I remember correctly, mine did go down quite a bit, but that was partially because I was just playing really terribly. Um, had I to do it over again, I would have built the mount a bit differently. Um, I might be being a bit hyperbolic. I might have to think about it a bit more when it comes to mounts because you don't have to invest anything to get them back. You just have to rest. Um, but yeah, fuck this. Improved critical mythic is terrible for this build. Flawless attacks is terrible. Unstoppable is terrible. Any means necessary is useless the instant you get a level 5 weapon. Or a +5 weapon. All of the last 4 are all shit. And should have been replaced with other things. And there are very viable replacement options. Instead of flawless attacks, you get weapon focus mythic. Instead of improved critical, you get weapon specialization mythic. Instead of any means necessary, you get literally anything else. Instead of unstoppable, you get rupture restraints. Easy. Like literally, you could get abundant casting and it would be just as helpful as any means necessary. Anyway, look, we have an even dex. We have an even dex. Look at that. Not showing when I'm chat. So double check that your chat is set to live chat and not top chat. Top chat could just randomly decide that you didn't actually send a message for whatever reason. But I responded to your messages. I'm just trying to focus more on this because we now have basically an hour and 10 minutes and I have an entire other auto build to get through. It took us an hour and almost 2 hours to get through this one. A little bit less. Well, especially if we take out the disconnects. But yeah, I have an entire other build to get through. That we're just now getting started on. So I am kind of trying to focus on the builds that we are critiquing. Gets the best +5 gnome hook hammer. Yeah. I remember that one being really good. Evil Aru or good Aru or both? Oh, that's because I didn't answer earlier. I did not realize that they were different. So we are going to be going off of this Aru, which would be good Aru. I did not realize that good and evil Aru had different builds. Also, hi. What's up, Lord Bovin? So we start off. We have point blank shot, precise shot, rapid shot, deadly aim, many shot, clustered arrows, and improved critical longbow. So this is the correct build. The other choices that have been made: Demons of Magic, Favored Enemy. If I remember correctly, because we did do Arushalae in the Finder Path cast pod, she does just take demons as her favorite enemy, which is, again, that is the correct choice. Stats. Mobility, trickery, stealth, knowledge, arcana, perception, persuasion. I don't really do React content. I try to focus simply on the games that I play. So here's the thing about Arushalae. She could basically be really, really good at anything, right? So Friday we're going to be doing a Pokemon solo run, and it's of a Pokemon that I don't know that much. It's going to be of Sandslash. So I'm not going to... I don't... like I said, I don't really do React content. That's just not really my thing. And two, I want to dedicate as much time as possible to that run because I don't know how it's going to go. So yeah, we're finally doing Sandslash. So Bounty Hunter as a background. Actually not a huge fan of that. For RP or for mechanics. I don't think that fits either way. Add stealth to the list of her class skills. I think Ranger already has stealth as a class skill, so that doesn't help either. And then literally none of those proficiencies help either. So the Bounty Hunter is useless and is also not fitting for RP, so I don't know why they took it. Her stats make her good at any stat build that she has, so all of these are perfectly fine. She has an insane point buy. Has been sabotaging the demon's armies for the RP. But that's different than being a bounty hunter. A bounty hunter is a very specific thing. Bounty hunter is somebody that hunts down specific people for money. Right? Like, I would classify Greybore as a bounty hunter before I would classify Arushalae. It's just that Greybore does his bounties by killing them instead of bringing them in alive. Yeah. So yeah, her build up through level 9, I'm perfectly fine with. It's great. This is shit. This is shit. This is a really bad auto build, or this is a really bad selection. React, watch it on live stream, react with you. Yeah, that's not the kind of content that I want to do. Sorry, Titan. It's just not my thing. So the reason that Always a Chance is terrible is because this only makes a difference if a nat 1 is going to be high enough to hit. So if you have just no. Yeah. So if if your attack bonus is a plus 20 and they have a 21 AC, then this will help. However, if they have a 22 AC and you have a plus 20 to your attack, this doesn't do shit. Like, this only... If your attack bonus is 20 or more than their AC, this will help. Otherwise, this sucks. Um, Deadly Aim Mythic, I'm perfectly fine with. I would actually have preferred Rapid Shot Mythic, getting rid of that penalty to our attacks. But Deadly Aim Mythic for the extra damage is perfectly fine, especially since we've already had, we're already into multiple stacks of this bonus. So it is going to add up quite a bit. Exposed vulnerability. This is terrible. Oh, by the way, also, we haven't taken Cleaving Shot yet, so this is automatically minus 10 on the quality-o-meter. Archery, Point Blank Master Longbow. That's fine. There's not really that many super great. Yeah, let's not talk about ages in the chat. Possibility of True Strike. Yeah, I mean that is a thing, but if you're already using True Strike, like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Titan. Oh wait, no, we take Favored Enemy Undead? What the fuck? Alright, I misremembered this build. So True Strike isn't. Do Lich Companions? Yes, I do have saves for the Lich Companions. Alright, I already got a save prepped with them already maxed out and ready to go. Because Vin was originally a Lich, so I already had access to them, kind of. Vin was my original playthrough. Happy Halloween. Oh yeah, it is getting really close, isn't it? On Tuesday. So if we're talking about mythic abilities, the benefit of always a chance is so tiny. Like, if it negates a 5% mischance. At best. At best, it negates a 5% mischance. At worst, it does literally nothing. Could have Cleaving Shot there, which exponentially boosts your damage in certain conditions. Especially against smaller mobs, which speeds things up. It gets rid of trash in fights. It's just, Cleaving Shot's really good. I like it a lot. Yeah, always a chance. I hate it. I hate it. Point Blank Master Longbow, it's fine. Not provoking attacks of opportunity is fine. And there's not really that many. All of these are bad. Improved Precise Shot wouldn't be terrible, but again, as I'd mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan of this one either, because Improved Precise Shot does not give you any benefit against displacement. So total concealment is 50%. Mischance, that's what most of the mythics. Dodge is not bad, no. Dodge is my favorite defensive feat. Master Shapeshift also, since you get easy poly spells. Oh yeah, because she has Animal Aspect. This is a really stupid move because you fight like 3 undead in the entire video game, and they're all done. All but like one of them are dead before you actually recruit Arushalae. Greater Enduring shall have it for 24 hours, yeah. FNAF movie, I have never played a FNAF game in my life. Not really my thing. I did enjoy all of the game theories about it, though. That was really interesting, but it was not something I was ever really interested in in and of itself. And I personally will not be going to see them. I honestly, like, it's got to be a crazy movie that I really, really want to watch for me to actually go and see it in a theater. Last movie I saw in a theater was Multiverse of Madness. And it made me hate Marvel. And then Thor Love and Thunder solidified that hatred. And then watching how terrible... I haven't seen any of them, but I've seen plenty of coverage of them. Of all of the Marvel shows. I'm like, yay! I don't have to care about any of this. Rapid Shot Mythic. I'm really happy to see this as our second Mythic feat. Oh, trust me, I have watched his Multiverse of Madness fucking reviews so many times. Didn't really like, not really, no. Let me actually pull something up real quick. So I'm currently on episode 88 of EFAP. I've been going through that podcast from 1 up through now. I have to go now. All right, Titan, have a good night. See you later. Yeah, so I've been listening to the podcast up through from 1 up through, and I'm now at episode 88. So I have another 120-ish episodes before I catch up to when I actually started watching the podcast, like for realsies. So, you know, I have, you know, another 3 months worth of content to go through before I'm caught up. That's not counting any of the gaming. I've seen all of the movies already, so I don't have to watch, I don't have to catch up, quote unquote, on any of those. But yeah, that's a good one. It's a really good podcast to listen to while I'm sitting there slinging cans onto shelves at Walmart. I have attained hiccups, and I don't appreciate this. I do want to make a video about Multiverse of Madness at some point. Critical focus. Okay. This feat. We have to talk. I'm going to have to... Look, I need to get Owlcat on the phone. Because I need to ask them why the fuck they are so focused on critical hits on things that only have a nat 20 crit range. Stop this. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do this. It's bad. Don't do this. Don't invest like 8 feats into critical hits on a fucking longbow. It's bad. Don't do it. I get it. They do a shit ton of damage whenever they crit. I understand that ×3 crit damage is really nice. However, you don't want to improve critical is fine. Critical focus is not. Don't get this. It's bad. Anyway, improved precise shot. I already mentioned this. It's fine. Gambler's build. Basic. Like, I love crit builds. I love crit builds. But if you're going to go for a crit build, you know what you do? You do it on a character who has wide crit ranges. You get them 18 to 20s. And then you go from there. By the way, I'm so sad. I think it was you, Ricardo, right? You were the one who's like, hey, dum-dum. Only nat 20s are auto hits, not just full-on crits. And I was so sad because I have definitely been under that false assumption for 8 years, give or take. I have played Pathfinder. I think we started playing the tabletop back in like 2016. So that would be what, 7 years? Yeah, 7 years, give or take. 7 to 8 years. That was not you. Who was that then? There was some. Okay, so there's somebody else who said that. All right, I'm gonna look that up. I like to give credit. Oh, that was a necessary school thing. Yeah, crits don't auto hit. Only nat 20 does. He's still one of my most recent comments, so I can look him up really easy. Yeah, I was so sad because everybody, when you never see an 18 miss, well, like that was like one of the reasons that I loved crit builds so much, is that I was under the assumption that it just increased the auto hit rate. So like if you have, you know, a rapier and then you get improved critical, you have a 15 to 20 crit range. That's a 30% chance to crit. And so I was under the impression that that was a 30% chance to auto hit the enemy. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely like a logical chain of thought that goes into that. Unfortunately, it's a faulty one. Unfortunately. Yay, we got Cleaving Shot. All right, I'm happy. This build has been redeemed. I don't care about anything else. She has Cleaving Shot. This wins. Yep. Cleaving Shot's really good. Hammer the fuck off. God damn it. No. Don't do this. Don't take this. It's a bad feat. Especially for somebody who isn't dual wielding, somebody who doesn't have natural attacks. Like, I didn't go so hard on Hammer the Gap on Reggie because Reggie's gonna have like 7 or 8 attacks per round. He's gonna have a lot of hits coming in. So Hammer the Gap is okay. Arushalae's gonna have 4 at most. The joy and disappointment. Yeah, right? I mean, at least she's got the right favorite enemies this time. She didn't go for fucking undead for some reason. So, alternatives to Hammer the Gap. They need to nerf her? Yeah, that's true. But, like, even then, nerfing her with Hammer the Gap isn't really that much. If they really wanted to nerf her, that she should get, like, Elemental Focus. Elemental Focus Acid for, like, fucking the what? Doesn't she have, like, one spell that does acid damage or something? Oh, yeah, Arushalae, I mentioned before, her point buy is insane. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was like 35 or 40 something point buy to get the fucking stat spread that she's got. It's insane. It's crazy. So things that she could have gotten if we wanted to replace Hammer the Gap with something that's better. Improved initiative is always good, especially on somebody who can dish out as much damage as she can. Sickening critical would be nice. She can give Acid Maw. Acid Maw to her no pet. Tiring critical. Warrior Priest. Okay. I didn't realize that was a feat that she even had access to. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, the Druid spell list, which Rangers get a smaller selection of, is a Divine spell list, but just not something I ever thought of. But yeah, tiring critical, sickening critical, if we're going to be going with this critical nonsense. Improved initiative is really good for her. Fuck blinding critical, fuck staggering critical, those are shit. But I guess I guess we are getting to the point where we are running out of like crazy good feats for her. So Hammer the Gap is potentially more damage, so I guess that's fine. If you give her Ascendant Element Acid, will Acid Maw bypass DR? Well, Ascendant Element, or... Oh, wait. That's actually a really good question. That's a really good question. Um... So I would assume that Ascendant Element would work with Acid Maw the same way that it would work with something like Genie Kind. But Genie Kind is a... We might be able to test that at some point because we have actually gone through this build very, very quickly. So what we would need... So here's what we would need to test this, right? We would need an Alchemist, because Alchemists have Genie Kind on their... Do they? Do Alchemists have Genie Kind? Alchemist spell list order. They do not. Damn it. If we could somehow... We can... Okay, so we can give Elemental Body... Like Sylvan Sorcerer. We could do that. And then just test it. Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. All right, so what we'll do is after we finish this, we will respec her again, just go all the way through up to level 20, give her level 1 in Sylvan Sorcerer or something. And wait, can you give acid... You can give Acid Maw to other pets, right? Not just your own? Anyway, these two are really good. By the way, Demons of Slaughter, Demons of Magic, that's fine. I approve. I approve. Point Blank Shot Mythic. This is objectively better than Weapon Focus Mythic, unless you get greater Weapon Focus Mythic. So I approve of this as well. Only yours? Damn. Nothing there. Ranging shots. I like this. So cleaving shot, ranging shot, the bigger they are, those are like the three really good archer mythic abilities. But primarily cleaving shot, ranging shot. These are the two that are the most important, right? Ranging shot is also better to be saved until later on because A, Arushalae's busted early game and she's not going to need that fucking help. And B, it is limited to your mythic rank. So if you get it at level 1, it's only ever going to give you a +1. Give it at level 7, it can give you up to a +7. Much better to hold off on this one until a little bit later. So I am perfectly fine with holding off until this point in the game to have ranging shots. 100% okay with this. And then we get dodge. Interesting that we get dodge as a main feat and not as a bonus feat. Because these combat style feats are going to be very, very limited at this point. And dodge is on this list. So I'm not upset about having dodge in general. I'm upset that they took it as a main feat. I would have preferred, again, improved initiative still standing there staring us in the face. Fortitude or reflex? Yeah, it's going to be one of those. Flawless attacks. Toughness. Oh yeah, they still have toughness to take. That's true. Again, flawless attacks. I would have preferred weapon focused mythic over flawless attacks. But we also have dodge mythic, which is really good as well as a defensive tactic. But I think dodge mythic on a ranger that's an archer ranger, I think that's a bit excessive for a defense, honestly. We get the bigger they are. That's perfectly fine, especially since a lot actually, so a lot of the enemies that you fight in Threshold are really fucking big. So they do give you a big bonus to this, but the final boss is not. She's just a medium creature, I believe. Which means this is not going to help you against the final boss of the game. This does nothing against the final boss. And we don't have Rupture Restraints. I definitely would have swapped out the bigger they are for Rupture Restraints. 100%. What do we get? Hey, toughness. She doesn't get greater weapon focus. I didn't think so. Staggering critical? Fuck off. To Ascended ending, then you fight 2 more big boys? Wait. What do you mean Ascended ending? I actually legitimately don't know what you're talking about. So, for those of you who have not seen any of my videos before, Staggering Critical is literally the second worst out of all 4 of the critical feats. It goes Blinding Critical at bottom, then Staggering, and then you have Tiring and Sickening. Tiring is below Sickening. Sickening is the best unless you're getting Exhausting. If you're getting Exhausting, then you swap Tiring and Sickening. Because Exhausting is easily the best out of these. So Staggering is shit because it's a fort save and most of the enemies are going to have really high fort saves. Summons Baphomet and Discari to kill you, or for me to kill. Interesting. Improved critical longbow. So this is the same exact thing as improved critical gnome hooked hammer. Focusing a whole lot on that, but because we don't have greater weapon focus, I think this is probably the best of the mythic feats that we have. So if we look back at this, the only one that I would really swap out, I think I would swap out the bigger they are for Rupture Restraints. Oh, wait, no, always a chance. Swap out always a chance, flip Cleaving Shot here, move these 2 up 1, and then take Rupture Restraints at 9. Yep. That's what we do. Get rid of always a chance. Always a chance of shit. I kind of like just blocked this one out. I completely forgot that we had this. But yeah, besides that, this is a very solid mythic build, I think, for her. Especially on lower difficulties. Obviously, if you're going to be playing on a higher difficulty, you're going to want Last Stand. You're going to want to do other things here. Plan out your playthrough from the beginning. Yeah, because, like, don't you... So, the only thing that I know... Because I knew that you could do something with them to kill them, like, permanently. And I know that you had to hit them with the fucking arrows. What is it? Like, the black arrows or whatever the fuck they are. I knew that you had to do that. And that's all I know. That's literally all I know about that. And then, yeah, Demons of Strength, Demons of Magic. I'm pretty sure that Arushalae is actually a Demon of Magic, so this makes sense. That I actually do like that they have this being boosted up all the way. Midnight Bolt, yeah. So. Oh, we do also have favorite enemy humans. This actually works really well. If you swap Demons of Magic and Undead here. And also if we could get Arushalae. Arushalae is just an outsider? I tested this before. I remember testing it. I couldn't remember what it was. I thought she was a Demon of Magic, but yeah, that does make sense that she's just an outsider. I then dislike this a whole lot more than I did just a second ago. Now that I've been reminded of that, I dislike this a lot more than I did just a second ago. So what we should have done then is this should be outsiders. Instant enemy will still work though. Yeah. All right. So if we go, let me just check a thing real quick. Designate the target as your favorite enemy for the remainder of its duration. For the duration of the spell, you treat the target as if it were a favorite enemy for all purposes. Okay. Here's a question. I never actually paid attention to this. Does it give you the highest benefit of favorite enemy? I guess we could test it. I guess we could test it. We got... Wow, that one went really quick. We got plenty of time. It does. It does give the highest. Okay, then we don't need to worry about that. Need to stack them? Yeah. Well, then, she does that. She does that. All right. Yep. No more auto leveling. Sylvan Sorcerer. Oh, by the way, we ended up with a 31 dex. And he just said, fuck! Alright. I forgot. Alright. So we need 9. Level 9 we need to do ourselves. Yep, ascendant element, acid. And then sorcerer, Sylvan. Doesn't matter. Combat casting, because fuck it. Smile loaded. Most attacks, highest chance of us doing a thing. Mythic brew potions. There are definitely things that I could have done to make this better. Here, let's... Yeah, definitely could have done this a bit better. We could have taken some mythic abilities to boost up the chances of the animal companion hitting. But this is all fine. We're going to be using, I think, Nenio as our guinea pig. Oh, wait, we can't. We can't. Oh, no, somebody is being besieged. I think I'm actually going to make a save here. Combat testing. Resist energy. Well, the thing is, because so last time we were able to attack our own party members because we were using spells. I don't know if you can command some. I guess you could, right? Wait. Wait. Did they get rid of power attack as a free feat for the aggressor archetype? Fuck you. Owlcat, you suck. Doesn't matter. Wait, what is... We might actually go for weapon finesse. Yeah, his dex is way higher than his strength right now. Although, we will have a higher strength because we're going to be using animals' growth on him. It's fine. Another level? How many levels do we get? Just the 2. Oh, that's right. Animal companions start off with 2 levels. Animal companions start off with 2 levels, even if you're level 1. It's so weird. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah. Can't tell them to attack because, yeah, we're not using a spell this time around. We're trying to... Yeah. Okay. So we need to summon a demon, but we want to summon somebody that's weak, right? But still has resistances. Okay, so first off, we want to lobotomize the enemy so that it doesn't attack us. Where was that at? There we go. Oh, I guess I have to do that after I summon them, huh? All right. Bow. Do they have acid resistance? They do. They do. Okay, good. Good. Yeah. Just looked it up on the wiki. Babao, acid 10, fire 10, cold 10, electricity NA, sonic NA. Shinira. We want... Chapter 1, okay. I just want to see... I mean, we could do it, and then if it doesn't work, then we can just, Oh, is that not a enemy? Oh, no, wait. Oh, god damn it. Oh, okay. I need to look for the ones that have CRs. Okay. We'll do this. All right. First off, we now need to back to bag of tricks, lobotomize enemies, and also send literally everybody back. What? Oh, god damn it, because he's got the fucking unholy knee pad, so he fucking lost. You gotta be kidding me. The one time that this son of a bitch is gonna fail to save. Really? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't get out! Okay, there we go. Why is this always such a thing? No, I will not do turn-based. This is a principled position. Yeah, see, okay. 10 acid damage. Or 10 acid resistance. Actually, okay, wait. Let's boost this up to unfair. It does not. It does not. Acid Maw. Wait. I did get a... Okay. I was like, wait. Was I as stupid? Did I forget Ascend an element? No, we did not. Okay. So Ascend an element does not affect Acid Maw. Okay. Oh, yeah, because these aren't bites. Yep. All right. Well, that clears that up. So it counts it as if it were the animal companion using it, not the character. Also, animal companion about to die just from the reflective damage of the babao. Wait. Wait. So the original acid damage does not take place, but the secondary damage does. Why? Why is this not reduced by the acid resistance? I also don't remember. Oh, I guess this was the first time that it ticked, right? Elemental Assessor for some reason. That's weird. Alright, well, we now know. Owlcat code is weird. Yeah, there's definitely some spaghetti code in these games, but that's fine. Alright, well. You know what we could do? We got about 25 minutes left. We still have all of this. This is all that's left of bag 6 of the AT-AT. So what we could do... Don't forget to check out the new archetypes. They already spoiled the first... I didn't even know that they were adding new archetypes. Was he testing? Oh, yeah. Archetype, please. All right. Where is that at? That's not what I wanted to do. Steam community. Oh, yeah, duh. Steam, where you at? There you are. New archetypes. All right, let's take a look at this. Here, let's, you know what? We could just quit out of the actual game. We don't need you anymore. Goodbye. New paladin sounds fun. There's a new paladin? Interesting. All right, now let us do this. Okay. So, Shaman, Prophet of Resistance. All right, so we're just going to be basically reading this, it looks like. This is a shaman who has bound their soul to Apollyon, one of the horsemen of the I was about to say, that's not a good guy. The semi-divine entities that rule Abaddon. Their area of influence is plague, decay, and rot, and they lavish their gifts upon their follower. This archetype's main ability is the uniquely customizable Plague of Abaddon Hex. Shaman can enhance it by weakening their victims so that their suffering feeds the spirit contained within the shaman's body. Over time, enemies who attack or draw too near the shaman may find their bodies and minds infected. Only fall to the merciless spells of the prophet, who revels in their torment. Making assassin viable too. I have heard about that. As Lich with some fire elemental and sorcerer levels. So Mr. Taco Master, my very first playthrough of Wrath was a Lich Cavalier that I went into. I eventually abandoned Lich and went Legend, which ended up being the single most overpowered thing that I've ever seen in my life. But at least the way that I was playing it, now granted this was my first ever time playing through Wrath, so I was still, you know, getting used to all of the things. Lich and Cavalier didn't really play well together, but you might just be better than me at the game, which is very possible, especially back then. I was not good. It took me until I was in the Abyss, I think, before I started actually using charge attacks as a Cavalier. And yeah, the main thing is Lich is an arcane caster, so you got to make sure that you take off your armor before you cast any spells and then put it back on, unless you're going to be an armorless Cavalier, because you will be taking hits on arcane failure chance. But back to the shaman though. This archetype also gains new spells related to its essence. Most significant of these is Living Plague. The shaman summons a sea of insects that devours everything in its path, and which infects and destroys all living things. Enemies who fall under the influence of this ability disgorge new parts of the swarm from their own bodies, which pounce on their prey. Devour your enemies on your path to greatness. So this seems like baby swarm that walks, is what I'm getting from this one. Baby's first swarm. Then we got Tortured Crusader. This is a favorite archetype for our lead game designer, Andriy Zverkanov. No wonder, as the Tortured Crusader is able to endure every hardship and setback without buckling under the onslaught. We've slightly reworked its abilities, and this archetype now gets bonus fighter feats and is strengthened when allies lose all their health points in battle. And the new All is Darkness ability allows the Tortured Crusader to use Smite Evil on all enemies, regardless of alignment. Anyone who stands in your way stands against your principles and must be brought to justice. Eradicate evil in every corner of Galarian, for nothing can stop you now. That's interesting. Now, I don't know how useful this is actually going to be, because the vast, like, we've mentioned this multiple times, the vast majority of the people that you're fighting are going to be evil in this game. Would work better in Kingmaker, yes. A lot of those guys were just chaotic neutral. Or just true neutral, because you also fought a lot of magical beasts in that game as well. But bonus fighter feats is always really good. Strengthen when all allies lose all their health points in battle. I'm really interested in how exactly that works. It'll be nice to actually be able to look through this. Once these are actually like put into the game, we might spend like the first week after that just looking over these abilities. I might just like do a full week of just looking over these archetypes. Depending on how long it takes us to, obviously. Please mod that new Paladin Kingmaker. Don't know how to mod games. I would actually be surprised if there's not already a modded version of that class in Kingmaker. Separatists. Fucking droids. I'm a Republic man through and through. Anyway. Disregarding really dumb Star Wars references, the Separatist is a cleric of an unorthodox faith. Other believers likely consider them heretics. Nevertheless, they receive divine support, including for their unconventional beliefs. I believe this should be despite their unconventional beliefs. Right? This is really weirdly worded. I would probably say they receive divine support despite their unconventional beliefs. I think that works better, because I don't really know what this is supposed to mean. But anyway, that doesn't actually matter. That's just flavor text. This archetype's main ability is to take a domain that your deity does not have in exchange for weakening the abilities of that domain. We've added a small expansion to the game specifically for these occasions. The Ice and Undead subdomains. Oh, just the Ice and Undead subdomains. Not their strong suit? Yeah, they should hire me. I will fix their grammar. Um, we spent a great deal of time and effort to create this archetype, as we had to make a copy of all the files of the cleric domains, more than 450 files and 70 abilities, modify them, and test them several times. Thank you to the QA department for all the hard work. Okay, so basically you get... So we have Baby's first swarm. This is Baby's first impossible domain. But as like an actual class ability. Winter Child. Winter Child is an archetype based on the concept of the leader of a pack of hungry predators with an affinity for Blizzard. Their unique ability is a bond with a Blizzard elemental that accompanies them on their travels and protects its master. As the Winter Child's level increases, the bond strengthens, which allows the elemental to grow stronger and develop its abilities. By using the Blizzard to slow enemies, for instance, it can strengthen its allies' weapons, allowing them to deal additional cold damage. At the pinnacle of development, the druid becomes an otherworldly being, a master of Frost and Blizzard. Turn Sithid's frozen realm to your advantage and unleash the fury of cold on your enemy. So first things first, this makes me think that you would want to get Ascendant Element Cold on literally everybody in your party. Right? All of your non-casters, all of your physical attackers, you would want Ascendant Element Cold. That's like the first thing that popped into my mind as soon as like everybody could deal additional cold damage. Unless this character, unless them taking Ascendant Element Cold allows everybody else to also deal their cold damage without taking Ascendant Element, this actually puts a bit of a burden on the rest of the party. You would need to design their builds very slightly around this. And as we've mentioned, most physical attackers don't really need... yeah, I was about to say, we just tried that. Most physical... most martial classes, I should say. Most martial classes don't really need that many mythic abilities. So sacrificing one of the lesser abilities that we would pick right now, it came from this? Okay. Okay. So so like we could drop, so like say from Arushalae, right? We could drop the bigger they are, and also always a chance. We could drop both of those. Could drop both of those and take, we could get Rupture Restraints, which is what I wanted, and we could also get Ascendant Element Cold. If this scales high, it's going to be worth it. Yeah, this could very, very easily be a very, very good like support class. And like range damage dealer, potentially. I don't know exactly what you would do with your character. This definitely seems one that's focused almost entirely on the companion, right? Thanks for the Cavalier recommendations. Your idea was just for meme reasons. Fair enough. Fair enough. And like, the thing is, Lich Cavalier could very easily work. It just takes a little bit of micromanagement to make use of its spells and not lose them. I'm just a fucking filthy power gamer. Like, I'm a filthy power gamer. I admit it. That's who I am. That's what I do. But yeah, it was mainly just like Druid Merge Angel easy game. Fair enough. Yeah. My brain just hardcore flatline for like You can see it, like my eyes darting back and forth. It's just like beep up here in my brain space for like 30 seconds. Anyway, Ghost Rider possesses the fastest, most unstoppable mount, a phantom horse. Despite the contradictory nature of Ghost Riders using the undead to fight evil, you can always be certain of their victory. The use of phantom animals allows them to ignore the complexities of rough terrain, and the spiritual bond between the rider and phantom strengthens both. Set off your adventure without worrying about the difficulties of the path. Your mount can withstand any hardship. What do they mean by this? What do they mean by that? Because that makes me think that the mount can't die, which I know is bullshit. I know that that can't be the case. So I'm really fucking curious what they mean by this. I'm really curious what they mean by this. What do they mean by your mount can withstand any hardship? Oh, also, Taco Master, if you're going to be doing that, do not, for the love of God, do not take the mythic ability or mythic feat, whichever one it is, that gives your animal companion the undead template. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. It's a trap. You will drop like 200 health at max level if you do that. Because suddenly your animal companion will be using their charisma as their health stat, not constitution, because undead don't have a constitution. And so you'll be going from like a 20 plus constitution to like a 7 charisma or less. A lot of them are also less. So just another power, like just another tip from somebody who tested that. Don't. Don't do it. It's a bad. Don't do it. Yeah, no problem, bud. Where touched? When we released the last Arcorians DLC, many players in the comments section requested the addition of this archetype. Our Where Touched is different from the tabletop version, and it has 3 forms. The different forms imply different playstyles and have unique abilities that improve at higher levels. Unlike traditional lycanthropes, who are forcibly turned into a beast, the Where Touched chooses whether they will embrace their animal nature and if they will use it for good or evil. Tune in to your inner beast and put your claws to work. I feel like that word is supposed to be turn. Because this one right here is like, tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's what this word means. I feel like that's not the word they mean. This one, I don't know anything about the tabletop archetype. I don't know anything about this archetype. So and they didn't really give us anything to work with, like mechanically, so I can't really say what the fuck. Like, how does this actually differ from any of the current archetypes outside of appearance, aesthetics? Until we can get more mechanical stuff, I really don't have anything to say about this one. I just don't know anything about it. Shadowcaster. When we started to develop the archetypes, we knew that there would be a shadow plane located in the Lord of Nothing DLC. Therefore, the Shadowcaster is a fitting addition. After all, Shadowcasters wield the powers of the shadow plane, control the shadows, and summon powerful shadow creatures. Mysterious and enigmatic wizards and masters of illusion, they have dedicated their lives to the study and manipulation of dark magic. They are able to bend reality to their will and deceive the most astute of enemies. We have also added the ability to transform into the shadow form itself, thus gaining many bonuses and without losing the ability to cast sorcery. No longer will you have to fear the shadows, for they serve only you. If this is an illusion-based thing, which it kind of seems like it is, um, like a lot of these seem to be very, like especially this right here, able to bend reality to your will and deceive the most astute of enemies, very much seems like illusion. They need to have something to boost the hell out of the DCs of the illusion spells, because most illusion spells have to get through 2 saves to be able to get full effect. So they need to have some way to boost that DC, or maybe limit them to only being will saves or something. Yeah, I'm curious exactly what this means. I'm curious about exactly what this means. We'll have to take a look at this once we get an actual look at the class mechanics. Now you can be a rat. Liches can be melee casters, get shadow form. That's another thing. I don't know what shadow form does. It just says that you gain many bonuses. It doesn't say what they are. It's yeah, I don't know what exactly this does. I don't know what shadow form does. I mean, like, I know what it did in WoW. I don't know what it does in Water. I loved my Shadow Priest, by the way. Played Shadow Priest from, I think I got him up to max level at the end of Wrath. And he was like my main all the way through Kata into Mists of Pandaria. I love my Shadow Priest. It was a lot of fun playing that thing. Anyway, Hag of Gyrona. This witch gains their powers by making an alliance with a night hag. Not only are they able to do evil deeds for the glory of their patroness, they can even summon her as an ally, full witch companion at high levels. Developing Hag of Gyrona wasn't easy, as we really liked the narrative of the archetype's tabletop version, but the abilities seemed rather weak for our game setting. When the fuck did that ever stop you before? Really good spot now? Good. I'm glad to hear it. I've actually thought about, like, that temptation, because one of the streamers that I watch, Zombie Pup, I used to raid him whenever I streamed on Twitch still. He's been playing WoW lately. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, you know, I'm just like sitting there remembering all the good times that I had in that game, but I know if I went back and I played it again, I'd play it for like a week and then stop. Because that's that is the exact same thing that's happened every other time that I've tried to go back and play WoW again. Is I would play it for like a week, maybe 2, get bored and stop. But anyway, back to this. But the abilities seemed rather weak for our game setting. Sir, y'all have a Fae, an anti-Fae archetype in this video game? Yeah. It's like y'all have never let that stop you before. Come on. But anyway, moving past that, and yeah. Therefore, Valerie Karmanovsky, the game developer or the game designer developing this archetype, almost completely redesigned it, adding a wait. Okay. There's a lot of commas in this sentence. This is kind of an overly complicated sentence. It kind of threw me for a minute. Therefore, so this one shouldn't be here. This one shouldn't be here. Therefore, Valerie Karmanovsky, the game designer developing this archetype, almost completely redesigned it. Period. Adding a unique summon companion in the form of a night hag at level 12. So the reason that I caught this is because I have a very bad habit of just using commas instead of periods. I do this all the time whenever I'm writing anything. Texts, even down to like me actually trying to write the book that I'm trying to write, I will fucking have, I've literally caught myself writing an entire paragraph without a single period because I just keep using commas. So I've been trying to teach myself to not use so many and to break them up into different sentences instead of just having one 75 word long fucking run-on sentence. Ah! Hear this shit. That's fucking thematic. I have a playlist on my phone that it will randomly select to play a song from whenever it's time for me to end, whenever 9 o'clock hits and it's time for me to end stream, which is actually perfect timing because we're about to end this. And that playlist has like over 100 random songs that I've liked over the past like 12 years. And it just randomly selected spooky, scary skeletons. Which I find very amusing. But anyway, the Summon Night Hag has no access to high-level spells, but the available spells can be used an unlimited number of times. Explore every corner of Galarian with the help of your new, loyal, and very wicked grandmother. Here we reach the end of the first part of this article. Soon bringing you the second part. We will tell you about 7 more archetypes. Okay, cool. I'm not going to go into the assassin. We might talk about the assassin later. Might do that next Saturday. When is this? Is there like a release date? No. November 21st. Okay, so we got time. We got time to talk about all that. Okay, cool. Is it going to have Cave Fangs unlimited amount of times? Oh my god. Matt, you need to chill out with this Cave Fangs nonsense, sir. You need to calm yourself. Calm down. So, wait, Gyrona. I know that name. I know Gyrona from somewhere. The goddess the hags pray to? What's the one... the one Aru wants to kill? Oh, okay. Usually victims of unforgiving and closed-minded, the outcast society, disfigured prostitutes, wives caught in... Oh, yeah! Yeah. I think in my evil campaign on tabletop, one of my party members worshipped Gyrona. That's why I know this name. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's gonna be it for me. I gotta go get ready for work. I have to actually go and get dressed in actual work clothes and not very, very comfy PJs. I don't want to go to work in this. It's very comfy, it's very fuzzy. Not great for stocking shelves. Next week, on Tuesday, we're going to be doing more city skylines. I'm going to continue trying to repair the damage that I did to my city immediately by going overboard with the landscaping tool. So we're going to do that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to be playing more Legos while I continue going through The Force Awakens and talking about how terrible that movie is. Thursday, I'll be off. Friday, we will be doing the I keep forgetting. The Sand Slash. Oh my god, I forgot about the Mystery Waterhole. Friday we'll be doing the Sand Slash Pokemon solo run through Pokemon Red. And then Saturday we'll be back here. Who's the next party member after Arushalae? Trevor? And the Undead. Yeah. I think it's just Trevor and the Undead. That's all we got left. Greybor, thank you. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting somebody. So we'll do Greybor and Trevor next week. That's who we'll do. Thank you, Rickard. Thank you. Because I was like, I know I'm forgetting somebody. Greybor. Yeah. That'll be the plan for next week. Evil Aru. I'll have to figure out how to do that because I don't want to go through a campaign for Evil Aru. She is different. I don't doubt it. I just need to figure out how to get Evil Aru into the party. I knew about the portrait difference. I didn't realize it had actually changed her build. But yeah. So yeah, we'll do that next week. So we'll probably do Greybor and Trevor next week. And then after that, that'll give me extra time to figure out how to get Evil Aru in. And then yeah, we could do Evil Aru and the Lich companions, the undeads. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're gonna be working with moving forward. Yeah. I'm gonna run away now. Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching, especially considering all the DC problems that we had at the very beginning. Thanks everyone for sticking out through that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you all have a good evening, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.